Let's talk about the Monday Night Football schedule, sir. You and Steve Levy and Brian Greasy in the booth. I've really enjoyed listening to you guys and watching you guys last year. Much is being made for the first game because you're going to be in Vegas with people and stuff. That'll be great. But, I mean, let's just say Rodgers does somehow, some way pull an Emmett, right? You got the Packers' first home game on Monday Night Football, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be quite something. I'm wondering what your thoughts on that and what else leaps out on this schedule for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that would be something. I mean, obviously, I think the world would be much happier. The football world, in particular, would be much happier if he does show up. Obviously, for us, we want to see as many great players as we possibly can. I mean, we all know, the people who cover this business, that when great quarterbacks are on the field, it's just better for us all. I mean, we saw it that way with the draft. When there's stuff when the news is just kind of centered around quarterback play, it's just better. It just feels more exciting and more electric. And I think that'll be no different for us, and we'll all be watching that to see, just how this all gets resolved. I think the slate of games overall, Rich, is just, there's just so many good divisional matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me personally, obviously that first game of the year is always, anything that involves the Raiders is very near and dear to my heart. I think going out there to Vegas, having been there last year with no one in there, I mean, absolutely nobody. And I mean, it was just such a weird, surreal experience being out there with no one there in this great, big, beautiful stadium. I think when you juxtapose that with how it's going to potentially look this year, I mean, I couldn't be more fired up for the opening game, and that's not just hyperbole. I mean, that's for real. Obviously, I think it's week 13, December the 6th. The Patriots go to Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
that's another one that I have circled because they got swept last year. The Patriots did. We saw them on Monday night late in the season up in Foxborough when Buffalo came in there and basically just punched them right in the mouth and pushed them all over the places. And they took Cam out of the game in the second half and let Jared Stidham finish the game. And I've never seen Bill look so defeated in my life. So that game going into Buffalo's a place I've been so many times when I was a kid. My brother was playing for the Bills. I remember going up there and running out on the field and looking up to Cornelius Bennett and Bruce Smith and all those guys when I was a teenager and a freshman in college. I mean, those kind of things are just. I mean, there's so many different games. I probably could tell you a story about every game.
I bet
how it touches me personally.
Yeah, you got.
And that's what's weird about this for me. It's hard to believe that I'm still doing it.
You are great at it, Lewis, so you shouldn't say that another second. Eagles-Cowboys is a great matchup.
Yep,
that's week 3.
Go.
Week 4 is Raiders-Chargers. You want to talk about a beautiful stadium, that SoFi Stadium where the Super Bowl is going to be. That's going to be great, seeing Justin Herbert on a national stage. Then you've got, later on, you've got 2 NFC West tilts, and I think that's the best division in football. Rams are at 49ers. You also have Rams at Cardinals. That's after the Patriots and Bills, before you finish up with Vikings, Bears, Dolphins, Saints right in the middle of the big finale, Browns and Steelers. Then you got that double dip on the final weekend of the season, week 18, which you want to talk about weird things to say. Week 18, where the league is going to take 2 games from Sunday and give them to the worldwide leader and ABC and say, let's see what they're going to be games that are important for teams to stay alive so they can have a chance to have a Sunday result put them in. It's kind of like a play-in game is what the league is referring to in a way. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a blast.
There's just it just the fun never stops throughout this schedule. It really doesn't. And again, to be a part of this crew and to be a part of something so iconic and something that we all grew up watching as kids. Every time the music comes on, every time I hear that in my headset and you hear Phil Dean counting down to when, he tells Steve to go ahead and go. I'm not kidding you. I literally get goosebumps, and I think back to my father, when I was in the late 70s, when I'm like 9, 10 years old, and just begging him to stay up to halftime to watch Monday Night Football when Howard and the Groove would come on, and I'm going, I'm actually talking about this. People are listening to me talk about Monday Night Football. It's surreal, man. And these games are fantastic. Going to Pittsburgh, Week 17, Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Played against the Steelers on Monday night when I was with the Browns. I mean, again, what I'm saying is the storylines just write themselves, man. I just can't believe we thought 4 months to wait until we kick it off just for week 1.
And now your kids can watch Dad on a 75-inch television.
No question. Well, you know what? What's funny, man?
Be careful. That's when look, Lewis. Everything shows up. Okay. I mean, certainly if you got 4K or whatever, you got your 5K or whatever. 8K. Be careful.
Yeah, it's
8K. 8K. Oh my gosh, 8K. That's a lot of K. Be careful.
I was just believe me, I was just watching SportsCenter and watching some of the people on there. I'm going, oh, I can see everything with this bad boy. It's funny you say. I was just saying that too. I was sitting there going, man,
careful.
I can see what they had for breakfast looking at this TV.
A lot of K.
Yep.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.